Hey buddies, I watched the last episodes of Legend of Vox Machina Season 4. Let's get into it. Spoilers. Spoilers. I will try, because I just tried this video again and I spoiled something that happens in the stream and will absolutely happen next season. But if you're only watching the animated series, you're not going to know that. So I will be very, very careful on that. But there will be spoilers for what these episodes were. It starts off right where we left off. They have a game plan. They're going back. Terry's going to make the ambulance. They're going to Tharmfala. They're going to rescue Pike. Very sad over Grog. Cool heart to heart with Terry, letting him know, like, you're one of us and all that fun stuff. The reason why Terry is still in the plot is because he can make the ambulance, and also because of Pike's story. If Scanlan had been there, Pike wouldn't have gone to the dark side. It's the fact that Scanlan did not come with them, and she lost Wellhand, and she lost Grog. That's how it happened. Now in the stream, Vax was a huge part of her thing. That's why they had like the nicknames and whatnot. And that probably was established a little bit more in the home game than it was in the stream, but you felt it throughout the stream. In the series, it definitely seems like Vax has the like nickname for her, but the people who would have been able to stop her from going this far obviously weren't in the room with us. But I absolutely loved it, and I love the comeback from it. I've seen a couple of people be like, I can't believe it happened so fast, but I can. Because the only people who are going to hold her accountable, the reason why she was going to the dark side is because there was no one else left who cared about her. There was no one else left who would hold her accountable to her actions. And then the person who can hold her accountable to her actions comes back. Yay, Grog's back, which is scary. It's scary because they made it a point also for the Whispered One to be like, I can take him. I can take him anytime I want to, so please don't. Please no, don't. Because I think I said it in a comment on one of my videos, like, technically Grog doesn't have any more story. He doesn't do anything for the rest of the history of Exandria except for hit hard, from what we've seen. So it is quite possible. But I think that would make fans really, really sad. And if it's like the choice between like just letting him continue to be a lovable oaf who hits hard or not having him, then I would just rather him be a lovable oaf who hits hard and is there. Like, don't take our Grog away. But I am still very, very concerned for him. He comes back, and in him coming back, Pike now sees that the reason why I went to the dark side is because you were gone, and I wanted to bring you back. And now you're back, yay, but now you're back telling me, like, all of the things that I know is true, and I'm gonna fight you on it. And she did, but in the end, like, you can't argue with your best buddies. You know he's right. It's the difference between right and wrong. Your magic's purple, my guy. Obviously, we've done something wrong here. Ashley Johnson, yet again, deserves every single award because she had me bawling at 7:30 this morning. Just crying. Because what do you just, the abandonment, her ability to bring so much pain to her voice that it just cuts you on the inside. Masterclass. Absolutely amazing. Vax and the Blight and all of that stuff was wild. I was not expecting it to go that way. We're still in the second episode because I don't think the cure for the Blight was in the stream, and I really thought that Blight was the thing that was going to take him out completely. And then other things would happen that are spoilers. So I'm not going to say that. But that's what I thought. Instead, we cure the Blight. But in doing that, we also take away a very important weapon that they do need to take down the Whispered One. The Whispered One lets us know that he is that guy. He has been around for 500 years, and he's not stupid. So as long as he got that blood, pretty much, as long as his body was destroyed, he was going to ascend. It's not complete. Obviously, we have another season. Yay. There's definitely a plot to stop him. So, awesome. I'm not sure if it's not complete in the animated series. I know in the stream it wasn't completed. But the animated, it may very well be. And then they have to kill a god. So, that makes me so happy. Ooh, that makes all of the things that are going to happen next season very, very exciting. Very trials type thing, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed when they did like the Sphinx trial before to get Myth Carver. Think more that kind of stuff for help if they decide to go that way with it. Delilah, we killed Delilah. Yay. We'll see how that goes, but yay. And then we have the disintegrate. We have the disintegrate. It happened. I don't know if I said in this video, I've tried this video 5 times, but this all felt familiar and unfamiliar all at the same time. Like, I knew as soon as that green little orb popped up on that man's finger that it was disintegrate, and it was like it was happening. It was gonna happen. And it did. And everyone knelt, and everyone saw, and Scanlan definitely saw. And this sets up so many things, like the conversation about the gods, if they're worth it to protect or to follow. That conversation, plus the fact that Whispered One was able to get all the cultists together, there's an opening there for that, and it becomes so important for us to remember that as we get these stories for Exandria. I cannot wait for the next season. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. I cannot talk about it because if you have not seen the stream, you need to be very, very careful about the videos you watch and make sure that they're really good about their spoilers, because this is, like, again, the 5th time I've done this because I did a bad job. Did a bad job before, forgetting that not everyone who watches the animated series has watched the stream. So just be weary of that, because it can really mess you up if this is the only thing that you have knowledge on. We also had a badass fight. All of the fights were amazing, but we had the fight between Vox Machina before they even got to Thorunfala. Vox Machina, Kima, Allura, Cassandra, and Gilmore against Vox Machina, trying to stop them from going to Thorunfala. Because, like, greater good type stuff, you're going to St. Pike and, like, but the rest of the world, if we just shut it down, he can't get here, so maybe don't do that. The way the story goes, we kind of find out that, like, it wouldn't have mattered whether they had went or not, but that's besides the point. It was still a cool fight. I do wish that we had seen Gilmore pop off just a little bit more, because I know in some of the talkbacks for the stream that Matt said Gilmore had cool powers, like, the reason behind his power set was very, very interesting and lore heavy, and we never really got into that, so seeing him, like, pop off and seeing, like, more hints of that would have been pretty cool. I feel like it was like Children of the Moon or something like that. I could look it up, but I'm sure someone in the comments will correct me. I feel like they were absolutely right in what they've told us about this series. If you have seen the stream, you will still be surprised. If you've only seen the animated series, you're obviously going to enjoy it. But there are fixed points in time for the world of Exandria that cannot really change, or it really, really changes a bunch of stuff. How we're getting to them is what's keeping us on our toes and keeping us guessing. And that is how you tell stories, when people already know the original IP. I'm not gonna say it again. You know who I'm talking about. You know by now. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys thought. Do what feels kind. Okay, thanks, bye.